posição bem, que joguem bem, que ganhem bem, que a gente classifique e classifique em primeiro.
Conseguiu ter contato ali com os jogadores? Já conseguiu dar um exemplo pro pessoal?
Não, hoje eu nem passei pela rapaziada ainda hoje, mas acho que agora na saída aqui eu cruzo com a rapaziada.
Porque no outro jogo o Ronaldinho apareceu durante o aquecimento, só tá em contato com o Cunha, que é coordenador técnico. Ele chegou durante o aquecimento dos jogadores, e aí foi aquela vez, todo mundo te cumprimentando no jogo. Tá dando um incentivo, né?
Rapaziada, a gente é todo amigo, estamos aqui tentando mandar o máximo de energia positiva.
Muito obrigada, tá aí o Ronaldinho no goleiro dele, obrigada aqui no Crux. Vocês viram, agora há pouco, já passaram por nós aqui, os integrantes da comissão técnica da seleção brasileira. Daqui a pouquinho a gente começa a ver os jogadores, eles passam muito pertinho da gente. A torcida que está mais próxima, a maioria, é a torcida escocesa, que tem uma concentração boa de torcedores da Escócia. Fizeram muito barulho quando os torcedores saíram do aquecimento. Certamente vão fazer agora durante a entrada dos jogadores, mas a torcida brasileira é a maioria e também está muito empolgada. Técnico passando aqui do meu ladinho, concentradíssimo, nem olhou para o lado. Acho que nem percebeu que a gente estava aqui do ladinho. E agora sim, os jogadores, o Marquinhos, seu momento de fé, pisando no corpo, já fazendo o sinal da cruz. E vocês veem que eles estão todos acompanhados com as crianças, com a blusa, fazendo alusão à data de hoje, um ano para a Copa do Mundo Feminino. Todo mundo concentrado e entrando todo mundo junto, né? Os titulares, os reservas, a seleção tem quebrado o protocolo, inclusive na hora da foto, um momento um pouquinho mais tarde, em vez de fazer só o time titular, tem feito também com todo mundo. E o último a chegar por aqui, Neymar, que também foi o último a descer do ônibus, já chegou passando a mãozinha aqui, tocando no gramado, também ali o ritual dele, é quem fecha e quem é muito aclamado aqui pela torcida.
Valeu, Débora, muito obrigado. Sentindo aí de perto o momento de maior ansiedade, de maior emoção, antes da bola rolar. E os jogadores passo a passo, lado a lado, os 26 jogadores das duas seleções, de um lado o Brasil, carregando 5 estrelas no peito e o sonho do Hexa, do outro o azul da Escócia, que esperou 28 anos para viver novamente as emoções de disputar uma Copa do Mundo. O estádio de Miami está em festa, o duelo entre Escócia e Brasil. Bandeirões estradados, jogadores passando ali pela guarda de honra com as bandeiras. Aí o torcedor escocês na expectativa, tá com um pouco pin na boina ali, meu querido, não? Olho nesse camisa 4, hein? Olho nesse camisa 4, o McTominay é o jogador mais importante da seleção escocesa. E agora nós vamos aos hinos nacionais, começando com a Escócia, que oficialmente é a mandante do jogo. Hino nacional da Escócia, parte do Reino Unido, 5.500.000 habitantes, são vivem cerca de 10 mil brasileiros. E agora, o hino mais bonito do mundo, o hino nacional brasileiro. bola. Aí o cumprimento dos jogadores com a equipe de arbitragem, um rápido intervalo em 30 segundos, as escalações e a bola rolando. Copa do Mundo na Globo, a gente joga junto.
Para vencer, mantenha a cabeça fresca. Use Clear Man.
Recebendo perto de 65 mil pessoas para acompanhar esse jogo que decide o futuro de brasileiros e escoceses na Copa do Mundo. Os escoceses confiantes numa vitória, confiantes numa classificação pela primeira vez, passando para o mata-mata de uma Copa do Mundo. A seleção da Escócia precisa do resultado aqui diante do Brasil. A equipe de arbitragem vai ser liderada por um mexicano, César Ramos, 42 anos de idade, árbitro da FIFA desde 2014, auxiliado por Alberto Morim e Marco Bisguerra, seus compatriotas, por Espenescas, é o quarto árbitro, ele foi o árbitro principal do jogo do Brasil contra o Haiti. Jan Erik Engan, também da Noruega, é o árbitro reserva. O César Ramos está na terceira Copa do Mundo, em 2022 ele apitou a semifinal entre França e Marrocos, está cotado para apitar a decisão deste Mundial. Guilherme Pacheco do México, Abdullah Al-Sherri e Tomasz Kwiatkowski da Polônia são o trio da arbitragem de vídeo. E nós vamos confirmar as escalações, começando pela Escócia, que é a mandante do jogo de hoje aqui em Miami. Número Angus Gunn, camisa número 1. A linha de defesa tem Robertson 3, Henry, número 13, McKenna 26 e Patterson 22. No meio campo, os volantes são John McGinn, número 7, e Lewis Ferguson, 19. Uma linha de 3 à frente com o McLean, 23. McTominay, craque do time, número 4. E o Ganato, camisa número 17. Shankland é o atacante, camisa de número 20 no 4-2-3-1. Esse é o time da Escócia do Steve Clark, com jogadores à esquerda do vídeo à disposição do banco de reservas. Agora vamos de Brasil, com Alisson no número 1. A linha de defesa tem Douglas Santos, 16. Gabriel Magalhães, número 3. Marquinhos, o capitão 4. E Danilo, número 13. Lucas Paquetá, 20. Casimiro, 5, mais centralizado. E o Bruno Guimarães, número 8. O trio de ataque é formado por Vinícius, Júnior, 7. Matheus, Cunha, número 9. E hoje substituindo Rafinha, Ryan, camisa de número 26. Esse é o 4-3-3 do Carlos Ancelotti, com jogadores à esquerda do vídeo à disposição do banco de reservas, a sessão do Rafinha, que está no jogo. É o momento da definição. É a hora de confirmar vaga na próxima fase e de desenhar o futuro. Um jogo com cara de decisão, porque aponta os caminhos, aponta os próximos passos. E a gente espera que seja também um jogo de evolução da seleção brasileira, para que o Brasil siga crescendo na Copa do Mundo, siga melhorando o futebol apresentado. Milhões e milhões de brasileiros ligados em todo o país na tela da Globo, em casa na frente da TV, ou pelas ruas do Brasil com toda a galera, vivendo mais um momento especial, mais um jogo do Brasil em Copa do Mundo. A gente sempre lembra com quem vive esses momentos, e você vive esses momentos com a gente aqui na tela da Globo. Com a saída da Escócia, a bola tá rolando, vamos juntos para Brasil e Escócia. Último compromisso da seleção brasileira na primeira fase da Copa do Mundo. O corte de cabeça lá em cima, a bola já vai sobrar para o Lucas Paquetá. Tenta sair o Brasil, primeiro contato com o Vinícius Júnior aqui pela esquerda. Ele vai pela beiradinha do campo com 2 na marcação. Acontece o desarme. E já ficou no chão o jogador brasileiro, o Lucas Paquetá. Com menos de 30 segundos. Paquetá está no chão. E a preocupação ali com a camisa 20 do Brasil. Reclamando de uma cotovelada, de uma pancada no rosto do Lucas Paquetá. Quando vai lá, claro que o VAR, né? O VAR tem as imagens. Vamos rever a situação aqui, ó. Tem um braço direito ali, um cotovelo do Ferguson. Mas o jogo já foi reiniciado, inclusive, aqui na Flórida. Gritos de Brasil, Brasil, Brasil. Paquetá acabou ficando sem a bola. A seleção da Escócia sai para o contra-ataque. McGinn. Toca na esquerda para o Robertson. Ele tenta atravessar, Gabriel Magalhães corta na primeira bola, ela volta para o Maguinho. Casimiro no combate, consegue atrasar a vida escocesa. Robertson. A bola passou pelo Ferguson, chega na esquerda para o Robertson, faz um cruzamento, seria na direção do McTominay, corta a defesa brasileira. Depois temos um choque. O árbitro para marcar a posse de bola da seleção da Escócia. Tá parando o jogo aí. E já muito trabalho para os juízes nesses primeiros instantes, a trombada aí do Ryan com o Ferguson. Muito obrigado a você de todo o Brasil que está ligado na tela da Globo desde cedo, desde as 15 para as 5 da tarde. Aí David Beckham no detalhe, mandando aquela vinhota, né?
Aí sim, mestre.
O estilo.
Tomando um vinho, homem.
Não tem nada de inglês, toma chá, nada disso.
Patterson fez o lançamento, a bola escorada. A sobra vai ser do Brasil. Bruno Guimarães sai com o Casimiro. Aí pro Ryan. Vai tentar girar em cima da marcação. Reclama que foi puxado. 4 manda seguir. O Brasil fica com a bola. Bola tocada pro Lucas Paquetá. Já disparou o Vinícius Júnior aqui pela esquerda. Antes tem a passagem do Douglas Santos. Matheus Cunha vai lá pro comando. Bola tocada pro Lucas Paquetá. De calcanhar, tentou a devolução pro Vini. No bate-rebate, a bola fica para a defesa escocesa. McTominay. Aí gira o Henry. Volta pro goleiro Gunn. Está jogando pela esquerda com o Robertson. Adianta pro Maguinho. Primeiros 3 minutos de jogo, 0 para o Brasil, 0 para a Escócia. Aqui em Miami, você acompanhando ao vivo na tela da Globo o último jogo da seleção brasileira da primeira fase da Copa do Mundo. O torcedor escocês está ensaiando o olé, ó. A Escócia tocando a bola. Escute aí. Henry. Aí se manda para o ataque o zagueiro escocês. McTominay fez o toque. E começa Patterson. McLean. Jogador canhoto, atua no Norwich City, da Inglaterra. A bola passou pelo McKenna e chegou pelo Roberts, e o torcedor escocês tirando onda. Henry. McTominay. Patterson. Escutaria bem a jogada aí para o Ferguson. Tem espaço para caminhar. Robertson. Toca a bola a seleção da Escócia. Conseguiu o primeiro corte ali o Casimiro. Ferguson. Voltando para o McKenna. O torcedor escocês é em menor número, mas está bem barulhento. Bem barulhento nesse início de jogo. Tentando equilibrar o duelo das arquibancadas. Olha o passe errado, a bola vai ficar de graça para o Brasil. Bruno Guimarães, acelera Bruno, capricha Brasil. Se manda com a bola pela direita, tentou atravessar para o Vini. Mergulha para ficar com ela o goleiro Gunn. Tem um de passe da Escócia gerando a primeira oportunidade para a seleção brasileira aqui em Miami. Aí o McTominay. Fez uma temporada espetacular no Napoli. A gente até conversava fora do ar aqui, né, mestre? Se ele jogar hoje o que jogou na temporada do Napoli, o Brasil pode ter problemas.
Esse é um jogador que você precisa ter uma atenção muito grande. Não pode dar espaço para ele pensar. Habilidoso, inteligente, criativo.
Aí o Ryan. Matheus Cunha. O Brasil recomeça com o Danilo. Daí para Marquinhos. Passamos dos 5 minutos. 5 minutos do primeiro tempo. Você ligada na Globo em todo o Brasil, curtindo as emoções de Brasil e Escócia. Vamos ficar de olho também no duelo entre Marrocos e Haiti. Vamos atualizando para você a situação do grupo. O Brasil, por enquanto, passando na primeira posição, que significa jogar na segunda-feira, 2 da tarde, em Houston, contra o segundo colocado do grupo, que tem Holanda, Japão e Suécia. Gabriel Magalhães. Aí Marquinhos. Ryan. Danilo. Seleção escocesa da liberdade para o Brasil tocar a bola no campo de defesa. Vai avançando aí o Gabriel Magalhães. Este é Casimiro. Se mexeu o Bruno Guimarães, ele preferiu voltar para o Gabriel Magalhães. Agora na esquerda para o Douglas Santos. Encostou por ali o Lucas Paquetá. De novo Douglas. Magalhães. Paquetá. Mas o lançamento na direção do Douglas Santos, estourou pro Vini. Paquetá se projeta por dentro, Vini levanta a cabeça, busca a inversão. Vem de trás o Casimiro, carregou, disparou, o chute foi bloqueado. Aí vem contra-ataque da seleção escocesa agora com o McTominay. Está trabalhando com o Geron, jogador jovem que atua no Bournemouth, é companheiro de equipe, inclusive, do Ryan.
Agora, vê, o começo desse jogo dá para perceber, as duas equipes se defendem igual quando tá sem a bola, nas duas linhas de quadro, os jogadores um pouquinho mais avançados, mas as duas equipes tentando ter a bola, né? Ter a posse de bola, tentando controlar o jogo. Jogo bem estudado pelas duas equipes nesse começo.
Você viu ali a classificação atualizada, com o Brasil passando primeiro, a participação no segundo, o melhor ataque é a marcação, e foi a marcação brasileira que fez esse gol para o Brasil. O Brasil adianta as peças, Ryan aperta, toca na bola, Vini vai atrás da linha da bola, nenhum problema. Aí a categoria, a frieza, a tranquilidade para tirar do gol, e só rolar pro fundo do gol. É gol brasileiro em Miami, é gol de Vinícius Júnior, o cara do Brasil na Copa. Para Vini, pra cima deles, Vini, foi Brasil! Para o Brasil! 0 para a Escócia, maestro Júnior.
Eu acho que talvez o fato desse senso de marcação do Ryan pode ter dado também, né? Ter influenciado no aproveitamento dele como titular, porque é realmente um jogador que tem uma percepção grande quando o adversário está com a bola e demonstrou mais uma vez. Importante você sair na frente para dar tranquilidade, confiança, para seguir melhorando no jogo.
E tem uma leitura interessante, né, Maia? Que ele corta a linha de passe para o lateral, que é a primeira obrigação dele, vai diminuindo o espaço do zagueiro e acaba interceptando. E aí o Vini ficou nervoso, né?
Demais.
Que nervosismo para fazer o gol, Vini Júnior.
E o torcedor brasileiro solta a voz aqui em Miami, você ouve aí, a Globo coloca você dentro do campo.
Quer ver?
Fala, Gil.
E o Vini com essa camisa 7 que foi do Jairzinho, por enquanto fazendo gol em todos os jogos da Copa, né? Terceiro gol em 3 jogos. E ele assume a artilharia da era Ancelotti. É o 6º gol do Vini sob o comando do Ancelotti, o jogador que mais marcou gols no comando do italiano. Ele é também o artilheiro do Brasil na era pós-Catar, né? No ciclo pós-Copa do Catar, o 10º gol do Vini do fim da Copa de 22 até aqui.
E o Jairzinho, mencionado por você, até hoje, o único jogador a fazer gols em todos os jogos de uma mesma Copa do Mundo. Fez 7 em 6 partidas na campanha do Tri em 1970. Cristiane Roseira, mina do céu, o Brasil começa com voadora do lustre aqui em Miami, Cris.
Foi como a gente comentou ali no início, antes da transmissão, fazer gol aos 15 primeiros minutos é importantíssimo pra gente já começar com a moral lá em cima. Pressionou o zagueiro deu mole ali, acabou adiantando a bola no pé do Ryan, e o Vini, com todo o nervosismo do mundo, fez esse gol aí pra nossa seleção.
E o Lucas Pinheiro Brata, hein, nosso medalha de ouro, nosso campeão olímpico no esqui alpino. O Brasil ganhar de 4-0, fazer um gol cedinho. Olha, tá começando a encaminhar, hein? Tá começando a encaminhar. Brasil largando na frente aqui antes dos 10 minutos. 1 para o Brasil, 0 para a Escócia. Vamos ver como é que a Escócia reage agora. McGinn, chamando o Robertson. McTominay vai lá para a grande área. O Shankland também aguarda o cruzamento. Ele recomeça com o Ferguson. McKenna. Henry. Vai trabalhando mais uma vez com o McLean. Agora é o torcedor brasileiro que vai. O toque de bola, a posse de bola da seleção escocesa. Lançamento da direção do McTominay. Ele já estava armando o voleio, cortou bem pela seleção brasileira ali o Danilo. Aí a briga pela segunda bola. Fica com ela o Ryan, domina, protege, tranquiliza. Danilo só jogando bem por dentro. Matheus Cunha, olha o contra-ataque da seleção brasileira. Disparou o Vini por dentro. Atenção, ele toca na direita pro Bruno Guimarães. Vai invadir a grande área, disparou, chute bloqueado, bate, rebate, a bola tá viva. Insiste, briga por ali o Brasil. E ela fica para a seleção da Escócia, vai tirar o Robertson. Aí o Marquinhos já chega para a cobertura, disputa ali no alto com o Shankland, a sobra brasileira. Chegamos a 11 minutos. 11 minutos do primeiro tempo. 1 para o Brasil, 0 para a Escócia aqui em Miami. Com esse resultado, a seleção brasileira confirmando o primeiro lugar da chave para estrear no mata-mata, estrear na segunda fase da Copa do Mundo na próxima segunda-feira, 2 da tarde em Houston. E o Brasil vai em busca do segundo gol. Acelera Ryan, parte para cima, rolou por dentro. Matheus Cunha dominou, disparou, a bola subiu. Mas o melhor início de jogo da seleção brasileira nesses 10 minutos, nas 3 partidas da Copa até aqui. Olha só essa escalação. Tem Cafu, tem Bebeto, tem Carembê, tem Kaká, tem Ronaldo Fenômeno, tem Arsene Wenger, tem o Gianni Infantino aqui embaixo como presidente da CBF. O Stoichkov tá por ali também, tá? Esse camarote aí tá pesado, mas
Esse é pesado de verdade. Mais pesado ainda está a atuação da seleção brasileira. A gente falava em termos de marcação e realmente a marcação hoje está funcionando, pelo menos até agora, da forma, eu acredito, que o treinador está estabelecido.
Gol do Haiti, hein? Olha o Haiti largando na frente aí da seleção do Marrocos. 1 para o Haiti, 0 para o Marrocos. A Escócia tenta vir. Com o Guerra andou. Foi desarmado. Chegou bem para a cobertura ali o Gabriel Magalhães. 1 para o Haiti, 0 para a seleção marroquina. Aí o Lucas Paquetá. Matheus Cunha. Começa com o Vini. Deixou meio na fogueira para o Casemiro, que conseguiu arredondar. Trabalha aí para o Marquinhos.
Início de jogo bem melhor, Evê. A gente tem a posse de bola, a gente consegue dar opção, mais opção de passe, né? O jogador tem a bola, ninguém fica parado, dá mais uma linha de passe, pressiona junto, a gente consegue chegar com mais gente pisando dentro da área, então esse início está sendo muito bom para a nossa seleção.
Observações da Cris Roseira, do Denilson, do Maestro Júnior, o time da Globo, lendo o jogo para você. Ali mostrando na direção do Danilo, o Brasil chega bem, o Danilo estica a perna, a bola escapa e vai embora. Como a seleção da Escócia está perdendo aqui para o Brasil,
Could it be that Brazil maybe one of those teams who start the tournament slowly and then build momentum and hopefully have a crescendo in the final itself? Remember, they haven't won the World Cup 5 times winners, but not since 2002. None of the last 5. They've had to deal with adversity already. Rodrigo couldn't make the tournament. And then Rafinha getting injured in the first match. They do have a lot of great options. There's chosen right out on that side tonight, but you cannot give them goals. If you're going to give them goals, they're a very good, experienced team, especially defensively. It's going to be very hard to beat if you're giving away chances like that. He hasn't played for Brazil for nearly 3 years. Half injuries kept him out of this tournament so far. Just for the first time, the Scotland fans a little stunned. We heard the swirl of the bank lights all around Boston. The people of Boston fell in love with the Scots, and even talk about cities being proud, Glasgow and Boston, maybe even the Patriots going to play in Scotland. Who knows? Lovely to see that. Certainly the people of that fair city will be rooting for Scotland here, but they've got a lot on their plate. Casemiro. That's high. And Nilo. Casemiro again. Vinícius Júnior, by the way, the first Brazilian player to score in all 3 group stage games since both Rivaldo and Ronaldo did it. And Brazil won the World Cup in 2002. Also Romario, who's now young, and Jairzinho, scored every game in the World Cup. 1970, through the final. How about that? It's Cunha. The Scotland fans are expected quite keen to see him back in the team. He doesn't like the goal. 20 goals or so this past season for Hearts, and he's moving to Rangers. To find a football in the game after that traumatic start to proceedings. And then we'll go all the way back to Alisson. Lovely feature if you were with us before the game about the way he idolises Brazilian legendary goalkeeper Tafarel. 3 World Cups apiece now for those two. Later on the Fox Networks, Group A concludes with Ruben and Mexico taking on Czechia on Fox, and South Africa, who are out against South Korea. Fox Sports 1 is coming up next on Fox and Fox Sports 1. The clock is ticking all the time at this World Cup. There will be a few twists and turns along the way. But not here so far. Gilbert Santos in a left back position, recalled after 9 years away. There's always hope, isn't there? Vinícius. Brazil bossing possession. And with no pressure on them at all with the lead. Cunha fight, the other pocket is so skinny there. Danilo deflects the long way. Here's Vinícius Cunha taking on Harrison, who stepped to the good well there. He did.
Excellent defending by Harrison. This is good patience from Brazil. And ultimately they find Cunha who can turn and face forward and start the attack. Crux gets deflected, comes over to Vinny Jr. This is really good job by Harrison to move his feet. Gives away the corner, but still a good result.
They need to go in there and remind everybody of the rules. They know what the rules are. Don't do that with any other situation in the game. It'll be a very probably like Scotland will do in the first half. Gabriel, not second line. Scotland can counter here. Here is down goat. McKean. Scott McTominay. Big star in Italy now for Napoli, won the title last season. Was that? That's the one projected well. And Brazil, quick look problems here for Vinícius Júnior again. Outside the outside of the bogey, upsides. That wasn't that close, truthfully. Hang on. He's already deputised chasing back at the knockout stages. It's a big miss, really.
Scotland need to get Scott McTominay involved. He had his first few touches there a long time and turned the ball over. He's a big player for them, and if they want any chance putting this Brazilian backline under pressure, he needs to get involved. He's got a lot of quality.
That fabulous overhead kick ball past Casper Schmeichel. Straight to his little side. We're sorry to remember the half-inch Denmark and a goal in the million, really, that was. Scotland might need something like that here. Gabriel and Vinícius. It's a good ball here for Leon. Henry will run all that well and gets it away.
The running by Bruno Guimaraes has been so good. He's running vertically through the Scottish back line. That time it opened up a massive hole for the to get forward. They're starting to figure out this Scottish defense now, and they're looking more and more dangerous every time they get in these spots.
And you get that, says Patterson to his goalkeeper Angus Gardner, who plays for Scotland but hardly got a look in this season for Nottingham Forest. One substitute appearance in the Premier League all season. And he admits he was probably not the greatest move to go.
Just gets his foot in front of Henry's foot. You could argue possibly it's a foul. Not there on the field, and he's not going to miss the man too Brazil.
The interesting thing right there is he tried to grab Vinícius round the waist to bring him down, but failed to do it. Had he done that, it would have been a red card for him, I think.
And they're going to try it now.
He's checking the goal. Listening Mark Conlon, now refereeing expert, what do you think, Mark?
Yeah, if the defender goes to ground, then you'll settle it and easier to get found. Because Washington is definitely practiced the Scottish defenders called Henry. And therefore, it is a foul, technically it's a foul. Because it's an extremely foul, I think this one got choked up.
Yeah, I agree. I used to do this all the time. Setbacks, I did it when they were running towards the goal. Trying to get away with it, that was before the VAR days. So if you got away with it, you got away with it. But I tend to agree with Mark. I do think he's going to get a foul here and call the ball off.
Yeah, I think he just does catch his foot when you watch that carefully back again. And I think Scotland and Jack Henry are going to get off the hook here. It might not be a turning point. It is really as a foul. Let's go on the start. Let's watch this in slow motion now.
he did it. I'm not sure if it was a foul, but still, when somebody's direct to the ball like this, it gives chance, Scotland no chance to defend it, so don't go right to it.
Well, right coming up, and they're all talking about Vinícius Júnior. One goal for him, and another one ruled out. Scotland need to get their act together. Brazil by a goal to them, and it could be worse, but they have the benefit of that VAR decision in their favour. Vinícius is still questioning this. This break might come at the perfect time for Scotland.
They need it, and I'm sure Steve Crux is telling his team, cut out my little passes throughout the back. You have time further up the field, it's fine. And not give them chances to press us and ultimately score goals like that. Give yourself a chance. You give yourself no chance when you're doing that. So I'm sure you have a few stern words, and for Brazil, they created a whole ton in, but took advantage of one mistake, and they've been solid otherwise. Scotland trying to roll from the centre. Andy Robertson just wanting a reminder about where they play, where Júnior. Quite an odd place for trying to stop the game, this, with an attacking situation like this long throw coming in for Scotland. And maybe it's more for a reason. Andy Robertson is leaving Liverpool and probably at the Tottenham Hotspur for the new season. After 9 great years at Anfield, and he's a much loved figure. Lewis Ferguson with a corner kick for Scotland. And the fans at the other end of the stadium expect it. Towards the back post and picking up clean shot will get on the end of it. Now John McGinn. This is a big chance and not sure I heard it back down across the ball. Fantastic ball from John McGinn. See as it comes in. It's a free header. It just tries to cushion it down across the ball. It's a head on goal down. Kenny McLean. Ferguson advances football in Italy for a long year as a captain.
see Cunha take his goals in that way. Whatever the message was, I think need to get pretty important there. Tomorrow on Fox, the US going green cup so far, facing Turkey in their efforts to win all three group stage matches. Coverage 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time on Fox. Pretty soon, in the knockout stages, the first in a round of 42. It's injury again. We've been very, very relieved that VAR for Cunha's favour. Whatever he felt about VAR before, he loves it now. He's McTominay. Goes down, pass at the referee. He's shot the goal. Robson to his outside, looking to the left hand of the ball. And the corner to stop looking at just the signs of a pulse in this match.
Much better, they got McTominay on the ball facing forward. He creates a little space. Let's know what passes down again. He slides in Robinson down the right side here. Initially, a bit for a few minutes, and then smile and really goes it. But much better from Scotland now. And I saw this in the last quarter. A couple of players in front of Robinson, right on top of him. Chamberlain and one other. I'm actually surprised they didn't put it right on top of the goalkeeper. Maybe they will this time. Now they've got 4 power in there. What a couple is pass off the goalkeeper because that will be good back.
Crowd being dangerous, 50 degrees in the front post. Coming again. Patterson, on the final way through. Staying with Nice, trying to get there's only 1 or 2 more uncomfortable moments. And that's the time. The one who quickly gets the ball away. Ferguson for a long one.
See that little man behind the leg here in McIntyre with the ball, and like he said, whatever Steve Clark said during the break, certainly lit a fire. This has been much better now from Scotland.
He's really feels a bit more discomfort for the Brazilian defence in these set pieces. It's a wonder first header and they get the free kick as well, so it comes to nothing.
Yeah, I think Lewis Ferguson can be a little more aggressive. He put it right on top of the outside. I think more big bodies in there. And just made it a little too easy for Brazil to defend those corners.
Wilson on the header. McTominay. Midfield, with Adrian to do steps in the fitness. Not Nathan Patterson. Really got down and break into the game here, but here he is. He's done well this time. I'm really clear. Now, Champions League winner, as player and manager. The only manager to win all 5 of Europe's top leagues. That's achievement.
There's such a bad foul by Lewis Ferguson there. You got Vinny Jr. running back towards his own goal. Pressure on him. You foul him, and now you relieve all the pressure from Brazil. They've been under it for the last few minutes.
Remaining the big picture, even a 1-0 defeat, which is where we are at the moment, might just be enough for Scotland to seek a position as one of the 8 best third-place teams. Cunha with a lovely spin behind. And the right, he is defending the ball, but it
Sometimes in the countries what there is, instead of giving a foul, which I think he could have given a foul by Rayan against the Scottish defender, he just decided to give a goal kick. So there's net say out and clearly not a goal kick. Yeah.
Shankly with some good work there. McLean's charged out. Ferguson as well, and we're probably taking with you, you might as well buy a lottery ticket. Just starting to hustle Brazil out of their slammer. McTominay, let's get ball. Easily going by Marquinhos, shooting, that made a good run. What Scotland can't afford is any more mistakes. Vinícius is enjoying being reunited with Carlo Ancelotti, isn't he? He's over a Real Madrid coach. Vinícius. The little box every time he gets the ball, and the Brazilian fans.
Again, Scott McTominay dispossessed, just not been good enough, and that's a really poor decision by Rand. They had 3v3 or 4v3. Needed to find one more pass. Could have been in a much better spot.
James Cunha will try to screw with the Fox tonight. I might be wrapping today's World Cup action with special guests our own Rebecca Lane and Virgil van Dijk on Fox at midnight. Keeping Rebecca busy.
We had it on podcast this morning. She is really good.
He's Ferguson. And back to Shankly. Robertson. Kennington wants it back again. Still hits it slightly. Maybe it's number 3. Yes, the Brazilian Ronaldo. Golden Boot winner in 2002 at 8 goals. There's a few more games to stumble, one more anyway to win the World Cup, so it could take maybe 10, 12 for Ray Messi and Mbappe and Holland are going to make it 14, and Cristiano Ronaldo is joining the party, isn't he now? It's Adriel, and Vinícius is, that's what he was saying the other day in the interview. Cunha now for Brazil. Leading on goal today, an early goal from Vinícius Júnior. So on a plate by Scotland. Morocco equalised and the other game is still going on at exactly the same time. That's 1-1. And the pass ball in. standings as it stands. If the results want to hold now, as they'll top the group, and that's what they usually do at World Cups. They've won the last 11 groups that they've been in at the World Cup, and they've advanced from the group the last 14 World Cups, going back to 1966, when a few people got the idea of kicking Pele out of the tournament, and they succeeded. He's trying a lot of games to improve with the yellow and red cards. It just wouldn't happen now. He can get away with it. It's hard to say what's back there. The fans can relax at the moment. And we get coming up to Visa half-time show on Fox. Comfortable enough so far for the Brazilians, as comfortable as it can be when the margin's only one. If you can one still couple of feet away, but clever. There was never any conviction about it. He sort of last minute said, alright, well, I guess I'll shoot. Never got it out of his feet because of that. Shoved it wide. But it's like a couple of feet. A couple of yards, isn't it? Yeah. This is going to be built in behind. This time the Scotland defence are clearly enough. And being pretty young. He only started one game all through the season. He scored Bournemouth. That was in the league. Dark injuries affecting that, of course. So he started all games in this World Cup, but he did start all through the past season. Santos, trying to Vinícius again. What's the free kick? Usually it's the referee, know what he feels. Vinícius coming back, has a conversation with him. Still going on. It doesn't enough. National game here by Brazil, they know they have the lead. Meanwhile, Vinícius scored again and he's going to get the line and leave that 2-1. Extraordinary. Unfortunately for Scotland, they lost to Morocco, so they would need to win the game to finish second. So even if they equalize, I wouldn't put them in second, but of course I'd put them in a great spot to qualify as third. And 4 points would do it. They're a long way from achieving anything like that. To midnight in Scotland. Not many people, I think, will have gone to bed. I think we'll even let the kids stay up for this in Glasgow, Edinburgh, and Aberdeen, and Dundee. Stranraer on the sky. And speaking in the end, which is yet to pick it up again, is he's on nearly catching it again. Cunha causing problems. This comes off a more direct ball through the middle there. Then he picks up the pieces, runs into that here, and somehow Ferguson all the way back on his line. Patterson was there as well, but big bullet down short for Scotland. Good work by Lewis Ferguson, central midfield man to be back there. And watch go again. McIntyre, the reason again. The Scotland will need to sharpen their teeth in this game to get back into it. It's really a situation where everybody's checking their smartphones, so what's going on in the other game. What might be enough to advance. Well, they just showed the score here, the Haiti score to go up 2-1, and the Brazilian contingent very, very happy to see that. As I'm sure Carlo Ancelotti is. Well, I think Haiti played really well. Yeah, they really have. They have. Tremendous performance from the country that haven't played at home for 5 years because of the problems in their own country. And stay the same thing. And we make it in, and you've got space there. Shanklin here. Promising. And the guard goes to the floor. Maybe the strong players and put it to that out. Shanklin. They're putting in mind drop with John McGinn. He played a starring role as Aston Villa won the Europa League. He's Marquinhos, winner of course of the last 2 Champions Leagues with Paris Saint-Germain. Vinícius has got the free kick. And it's got to 2-2 another game. It's Morocco hates it out. All happening there. It's from here. Inside, that's going to turn and Júnior lost another very good clearance. Easy time, really fast. Here's McGinn for Scotland. They need to show something. They're sort of having none of it. A bit of a free kick here, but there's not tough approaches. The chemistry between Guimaraes and Vinny Júnior, they lock eyes. Vinny knew where the ball was going. Time is run perfectly. Started there. Led to the far post. What a fantastic service from Guimaraes.
A simple header by Manny makes it nil. Scotland in danger of getting out of this World Cup with a winner. Andy Robertson. Take this one way back, and then Gavin Jones up a really control of it, blocked. Then you'll be thinking about a hat-trick, won't you now? A World Cup hat-trick. Who's put in stylish display. And brilliance from Brazil as well. As they start to tell on the style. Look at this touch by Ryan. Unfortunate balls on his weaker right foot. Fantastic save by Gunn. Keeps his left hand strong and pushes it wide. Corner to Brazil. Goalkeeper looks as he was coming back and didn't go for it. Douglas Santos is out. He's blocked Scotland at the moment and Santos around. I think it's fair to say. I think they need this half time right now. He's got 4 at this tournament, 13 overall. Morocco has Cunha in Atlanta.
Back and forth, back and forth. This is actually, you think would be a goal for Lee Joseph. And this means it's a goal too, but when you look at it, actually it's going out of bounds. It's the goalkeeper's back. Goes in for a goal on the field.
A mighty fine goal was straight up for the European on the boys.
First two goals around the box and scoring the goal for the state.
His 12th international goal by his 99th international appearance, but as you mentioned, back and forth, which means she lead and another goal in the 43rd.
And this one is from downtown. He gets a turn on the season door and says, I'm just going to smack this one. And smack it, he does. For 99. Goodness, look at this thing go. Yeah, we see you, my friend. We see you. And then the old push to the finish line. He's made some balls for his third goal in the tournament. And he follows him today.
4 goals in this one, tied for the most in the first half at this World Cup. So here's how the Group C currently sits. Brazil on top, and Morocco in second. Both those teams, as of now, advancing. Scotland in 3rd place. Haiti picking up the first. Mexico will secure the top spot in the A. Later tonight, we'll try to make it 3 straight wins as they take on Shakira. Scotland is on second half next.
Greatness doesn't happen by chance.
World Cup result of 2-0 on Scotland. We send you now back out to Miami, Ian and Larry for the second half.
Yeah, thanks so much indeed, Rob. And one of the little subplots here is Scotland's position at the moment. They are among the 8 best places that will go through the round of 32. In fact, they are 6 on that list, but there are teams below them who can improve their position, and they need to improve their own position here now, don't they, really?
Yeah, it's important to remember that 1 goal moves them up to 4th, and 2 goals moves them to the top of that, even though they finished 3rd on 4 points, they moved up to the top of that list. So there's still a lot to play for, but it's a precarious position because the more they go try to get that goal, the easier it is for Brazil to counter. And if they leave big spaces in the back, this Brazilian team will kill them. So they've got to be smart and do it in a mature way.
I wonder what Steve Clark, the Scotland manager, said at half-time. It would have needed to be something inspirational. They need to produce a special 45 minutes here, error-free. And they need to somehow beat the Shetlands on this man, Vinícius Júnior. Scoring against Brazil isn't easy, and you got a hat-trick against them. Jacksonville,
Scotland. Brazil, I did score against Brazil.
against Scotland.
And I just saw the Confederations Cup final, right?
You did?
Something like that in Brazil.
You've already got them, continues on here. And started the last game, the Celtic play. The captain who's cut off the Cunha bench's usual spot at left back is deployed a little further forward in the last game.
You have to assume some sort of injury, right? I mean, can't imagine him taking any Robinson off at this point.
You would think so. You might find out a little bit later about that. It's up to Rich Shelton. He's right to keep possession for his team up the pitch. Now it's John McGinn. His team is first involvement. A lot of the fans, they really asked him as well as they're up here to be so grounded and ego-free. He even turned up with his kids in his shopping bag when they were tube trained. It's a wonderful 2 seconds going through the bottom of the picture. Brazil all set to top this group as Morocco scored a stack of goals in the second half of their game. For Let's start bounce back here. Akata. Vinícius Júnior.
So just going back, I'm going to tell people I scored a hat-trick. Really believe you, man. I mean, Crux, he was wrong.
He's captain here, who could be playing regularly in this game. Where is he? Will be joining into Miami? Which is one season has still plenty of life. That is very much a key figure in this Brazil side since Ancelotti took the reins.
It's really important how they play him. He just sits in front of the 2 center backs. Deals with all sorts of situations. Puts out fires constantly, and he's got a note. The conduit to their attack. He's been very good tonight again.
Brazil showing here, as one of the top always, t-shirts will bring about sound of football, and I think Carlo Ancelotti is very, very keen that they're good out of possession as well. He's made that point in pre-World Cup windows, and defending will be vital.
Yeah, they look much more pragmatic. Candidly, if they want to win this tournament, that's got to be a stick at the
we're seeing terrorizing defences. Now we're storming generally. McKenna and Andrew will have to feed it backwards to Scott. He's been pushed out. Brian was a Scotland goalkeeper as well, and Norwich City stalwart of old.
Back to that point, and you have to say over the last several World Cups, a bit of the problem with Brazil has been almost like Swiss cheese, like defense at times with big holes, and now they just seem so solid and very comfortable sitting in their half.
And when they don't have the ball, they're working very, very hard to get it back. Tierney will do it.
A little warning sign there for Brazil. This is a fantastic ball. Bends around the center backs. McTominay arrives late into the box. Portugal steps it right into Alisson's waiting hands. Much better than Scotland.
Able to send the Tartan army home, at least proud of the performance. I don't think the Scots fans thought themselves could actually win this game, but they did want a positive performance from the team. I don't think they really got it in the first half, if they're being brutally honest. Too many errors. Away from the box networks, from 1930 Mexico, Czechia, South Africa and South Korea. Fox 1. Hendrick is well enough there. Coming up next, those games, Júnior Cunha was the first ever on target 200 minutes for Scotland since McKinn's goal against Haiti. Yeah. It's an issue. Continues to be one. Patterson's ball is only Hackman's run in there. Do you think they play with a little bit of an inferiority complex here?
It does feel like it. There's also an element in it's emotional. These tournaments are emotional. To do it 3 times in a row. Haiti is a good team, by the way. Against 3 good teams is very difficult.
Keeps losing that defense, doesn't he?
Vinícius Júnior made a couple of those runs here in the first half. He was waiting for the ball and just slid alongside the center back. And that time, Paquetá, perfect weight. He just couldn't get enough on it to slide it past it. He's got lots of them well.
Sending the defenders out for a cup of coffee, as they say. Tierney with the cross forward. Talented player, Tierney. Seeing they have good crossing there from McTominay a few months ago. That is a let off, but all the credit in the world to Angus for saving that, because I really do think that would have been curtains for Scotland if it went to 3. McTominay, Patterson, which will run to good movement over with the run back, joining the attack.
Yeah, it's actually remarkable. It is.
coming almost from nowhere. Mr. Lamar, 3 times already. Here's Kenny McLean. Clearly, they are going to need rubbish from midfield, something to surprise Brazil.
Well, it's all just a bit slow. If I can use another food analogy because I'm hungry. A little bit of syrupy. It's just kind of dripping from side to side as opposed to cutting through it like this.
And to substitution. Good movement. It's good. And looking up again. Running penalty in the game. And Mexico plays. Not in touch.
Well, this one's going to be interesting because it looked like there was certainly contact there. He's pretty resolute in it.
Calling Mark Clayton there. What do you think there, Mark?
I think once he goes inside, he takes good and doesn't break contact, and then he throws himself to the floor. Football's a contact sport, and I still think that contact justifies a penalty.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually seeing it again. The first glance when you saw it, there was certainly contact, but not enough there to warrant penalty.
And I think the appeal was sort of half-hearted as well, which is always a bit of a giveaway.
He's the experienced Danilo, and he solved the right back position problem. And looks to use his pace. Tony was just quick to look at it by the trailing boot there, but makes nothing of it. Scan the QR code on the screen to vote for the Nicole ultra superior player of the match. Man in possession now with Vinícius. Stepped over the ball, and then Vinícius carried on with the run. That's reminiscent of 1 or 2 things we've seen in the past at the World Cup.
He was anticipating right out, continuing his run, but it almost felt for Vinny Jr. If he had just laid it off behind his leg, Vinícius Jr. had a full goal to look at. And likely would have sealed his hat-trick.
Now is quiet as I've known them. Most of it had a goal to the left. Can't see anything with it. Vincent Ronaldo. He would quite like to sign him, wouldn't he? Everyone, yeah, exactly. He'd like to party as well, from what I've heard. Wouldn't be the only footballer I've heard that was true. Certainly not one of his own. Exactly. Well, he was there in Matheus, as we've seen countless times. Here's Danilo. Now Reina. Not a throw for Henry Stanley. Reina finished at the World Cup age 19. Just imagine it. Will be nice. Lovely idea. Just about to do something for Danilo.
Here's that ball by Paquetá, rolled right down the side of the Scottish centre back. Vinny just can't get enough on it. Ultimately, a really good save by Ingolstadt.
You were still in room for those, don't you? Perfect weight. Dropped in behind Ryan. Then he's down. Cunha's dropped his block. And then Paquetá gets him around his feet and then puts it a long way wide. He's giving himself. It was I think his first touch. Can't have made the chance go away. Trading those shirts, don't they? See it here around the Brazilian fans do that here. The Scottish fans, but the Scotland fans winning things everywhere they go. Which is true in Germany. We just need a bit more from the players. What's Scotland do here? They're manipulating a goal difference of -2 and 3 points might just be enough.
Well, they do because they'll know -3, really hurts. -4 is probably a dagger. So you almost get the sense even that both teams would be content with this result in a weird way. But like I said, it's a precarious position because as they tire.
Brazil running away with the points now. Cunha. 3 goals for him in this World Cup as well. He's in that golden boot race too. Cunha. Just a modest celebration.
Yeah, just following up on the point about Scotland. That's the challenge, and they look like they were starting to get a little heavy-legged. Some bigger gaps opening up. I think emotionally at times, physically, certainly they're drained. This has been a very difficult group to navigate.
And now, they won't have that dilemma and more of that stiffer push because I think 3 points and a -3 goal difference. And it's going to be technical hard, really, on their hopes. Júnior, behind here on the left-hand side. And that's the first yellow card for Danilo, who took Timmy out right on the edge of the box. Now he went another look. Was it just outside? Or was it on the line?
It appeared to be just outside, and it's a really bad tackle. As Timmy gets on the end of this, give him go.
Looks outside, Mark, doesn't it?
Yeah, the hand's just outside, but with the tackle, even if it continues inside, it's still given it outside. It doesn't feel that it carries on inside, it's a penalty. So even that tackle starts outside, and even if it does carry on inside, it's still given outside the penalty area.
Yellow, Danilo. Can bring it up that ladder. Scotland needs something now. They really do. Attacking the end. Where all those clean-shot defenders are gathered. The other one in there. Crux. Representing the various clans of Scotland.
This is a good hit hard.
That's exactly what Ferguson does. Took forward the ball. Anderson, they took the game as they were to have to handle.
That's the right service. They should just need a few surge players in front of him to screen him. It's a little too easy for him to see, but the right strike by Ferguson there. Or Patterson.
He knew it, we knew it. There were about 65,000 witnesses.
You see it here. Good job there. Scottish back line keeping it offside. Tierney's been very good in getting the ball out of his feet and putting the Brazilian back line under pressure with those crosses. McTominay rose on that one. Headed it back where it came from. Allison down strong to his right to keep it out.
Down hasn't really got nothing away. Scotland with home. Brazil have got pretty solid back there. Even when McTominay got close though with his header.
Yeah, it's so hard for goalies. They're moving left across the goal to flat and get back to the right. McTominay did the right thing. He headed back where it came from. Allison was up to the task.
Martinelli on Arsenal. He's about to get a round here. It's a pack of tires. And off the Vinícius on for Casemiro as well. Like switch. The economy of Liverpool, of course. Lots of good games in the area after. He's McKenna, who's Cunha really at the start of proceedings. Set Scotland an even bigger task than they had already. Just like in 13 big tournaments, they are ever going past the group stage, and this has to do something about their goal difference in the closing stages here. Strong cover. TV. Brazil starting to look like quite a useful blend of silk and steel, aren't they?
Yeah, you asked me in the last game when we covered with Brazil, it's come a little too soon for Carlo Ancelotti, but it feels like every minute they get more and more comfortable, and they do have a lot of experienced players, and a lot of flash and flair up the field, and quality and efficiency up the field. And by the way, some good ones on the bench still, Hendrick, Neymar, of course, amongst others.
Might you see him showdown under Fabinho.
Cunha looking deep and playing it for his first goal scorer. Solved a little bit of a problem. They're not in play, I think, from coming through this as the authentic number 9 as they did in the opening game. I prefer the extra movement that Cunha gives them. All this after Brazil were now dropped off only 5th in South American qualifying. The qualifying's one thing, the tournament itself strong another. You're starting to look pretty good here. And you can see 1 goal so far, one scored by Zagiri and Morocco.
Brazil in the boxing here, 3-0 ahead. And very much the star of the show so far is Vini Júnior. Scotland are looking at elimination. points and minus 2 goals. We'll get them into the best 8 places. That's a lot of the teams below them are still playing at 50 games. It's not back to goal difference down there. They're going to struggle now a point or two more. So we'll see how it all pans out. We need to hire out Einstein. I think it's interesting and a bit more interesting.
Well, they say on the World Cups that every goal is so crucial. Even if you don't win a game or you tie a game, every goal always matters, and it's exacerbated now with the expanded format. So many teams are going to get knocked out, probably by 1 goal, which is really a hard pill to swallow if you gave up the battle somewhere along the way.
Neymar is waiting to get the call from Carlo Ancelotti. He's looking longingly along the touchline. Still Ancelotti's taking a swig of a couple of drinks. This is the kind of situation that really wanted to just doing the first taste of the World Cup action this year anyway.
And he is warming up now individually with performance, but by himself as the others are standing. So I assume he is coming in soon here. You know, I mean, it's not straightforward. I know people think it's anymore. Of course, you play with Carlo Ancelotti, there's a psychological piece too. There's other players on the team who have been around training, in qualifying. You're not just throwing him in. It's probably why you put Martinello and Fabinho in first. You have to really think about it. How it plays the rest of the team. There's a good hit from the ground. He is getting ready to come up.
Champion and McTominay. It was really a moment for Storm to make it go back, and they need to make it go back.
A big chance here from McTominay. He's just had a corner. He's got so much more quality than he's shown tonight. This is a top
Is about to enter the stage. Neymar, a lot of people wonder whether he would even get picked. Ancelotti did pick him despite injury problems. He's never played beyond the quarter-final of the World Cup. He was injured for that semi when Germany thrashed Brazil 7-1 in 2014. About to play his 4th World Cup. Topping the Brazil list of goal scorers in 79 and second on the list of appearance makers on 1-2-8, which is about to come 1-2-9. And it's the first time that he will ever be a substitute at the World Cup. No surprise he will not be working for the starting lineup. These are different guys. Martinelli, Vinícius again.
This is a weird comment to make, and I realize that as it comes out of my mouth, but this is a really important 20 minutes or so for Neymar, because yes, it's a nice appearance that he gets back in and the crowd will be happy, but can he become a real figure as they go forward and cause problems for other teams? Because what a substitute that would be to have come off the bench as you get further in the tournament.
Well, you have to believe, don't you, that Carlo Ancelotti believes he can still do it, he can still be a factor.
Yeah, he wouldn't have brought him otherwise, and this is a perfect situation to get him in and see how it goes.
Hasn't clearly done well in the second half since he came on. He really has nearly everything coming down that side. These fans don't want to see their team die in this World Cup without something of a fight. There's some big punch, good to see him. Once again, team cross. Again, well defended by Brazil. That's going to feature Fabinho it was. said, is that point? Yeah, we need to defend this corner for us. Still waiting. I'm waiting for like 4 minutes. Very long. Corner. Well, listen now, ladies and gentlemen. Quite the wrong. Now they'll be bringing on. Some of the sharpening up exercises at a carpentry for the past few weeks. This is the first time he's actually been available to play. Fabinho. Going to the second place in the group. Impressed with the result today, Matthew? Yeah, let's be honest, Scotland gave away a couple goals, and I'd like to see what this match looks like without Scotland self-destructing in a couple moments. But Brazil has so much quality, they have been the best. Just started creeping in on his day post. Cunha. Just been too good. Neymar with the corner kick. McTominay took the header away. Ran, couldn't quite control it. Yeah, I thought he called the Johnny Henry for the free kick. And by the way, the last time Scotland played Brazil, 2-0 win for Brazil. Who got both the goals? Neymar.
It's an interesting choice by him. He opens his hips as if he's going to go to the far post and closes the gate there, tries to beat Angus Gunn to his near post. He did a great job not messing there.
Tomorrow on Fox, the US facing Turkey. Can they make it 100% in that group? They could well. Our coverage begins at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on Fox. Turkey already eliminated. Bit surprisingly, really. Okay. Meanwhile, the second half, that's his goal. Vinícius. He's got 3 assists now. He's joint top of the assist total for this World Cup. Alexander Isak of Sweden, Michael Olise of France.
We've done 2 other games now, and it makes them dangerous, especially with Cunha. He comes into the midfield, makes it really uncomfortable for center backs and central midfielders to deal with. Then you've got Vinícius Júnior wide on one side, right on the other side. But Paquetá and Bruno Guimaraes are big keys for me is we're getting forward into the attack, the right away, and a lot of quality in the box.
Across the face of and the bounces behind. Vinícius was there again.
Some really good ball played across the goal now. Vinícius just got ahead of himself a little bit. Couldn't make good contact.
And then Christie there. And he's going to come on. And Anthony Royston, the second right back. He's not the first choice right back. Europe's taking the back. So it looks like he's got a bit of a knock. He had a horrid job today, really. Trying to look after Vinícius. And that's coming down and go. And the hopes that he might be given something for the Scotland, but it didn't really happen. Frustrated in his attempts to cross it down the field. Nicely done, all past the Cunha, very young back there. What he was doing, stop the attack without opening shot place. Still time for Scotland to speak what might be a very important goal for them when the final mathematics are done in the third place countdown.
It's very true. As demoralized as they are right now, they need to hold it together for 10 minutes, not concede. If you can find a way to get a goal, it could mean a difference.
He's going to, Lewis Ferguson, he's going to take it. Christie, going to get a goal straight away. Lost his place in the starting lineup today. Another Bournemouth player at the World Cup. Sign of the times that qualified for Europe as well. McKeon, now breaking on that right-hand side. McTominay. Again, the yellow shots. Trying to pressure out of possession. Very impressive. Christie wins the foul post. Shepton's in there. And here's Neymar. Just a bit of a rust-shedding exercise for Neymar here. And maybe more. We'll see. Brazil have always looked in control of this. And the winner of this group, that will be Brazil, will take a runner-up to Cunha, Netherlands, Japan, or Sweden. The waiting win. It seems in that group will be thinking, well, who will beat Brazil next? And to win the group, we're going to be intrigued as we go on. This Martinelli. And Danilo arose now from the Brazil fans, who can be very critical. It's a bit of a chaotic existence for the national team in Brazil. So much debate, so much interest, so much controversy all the time, so many expectations. Is this the team to kind of end the bad times? Hendrick's challenge, that's okay. Brazil with another free kick. Nice one. That was shocking. Back defending that time. Did the job. Did too. Like it had ice for that far post as well. Yeah. Good block. I saw David sipping wine up there. He doesn't go play. He's so classy. He doesn't drink beer when it comes to a football game. Sure, it's not cheap wine. Well, you played with him. Yeah. Members of cause. I never saw him drink. No, he was playing, right? Enjoying his life. As he should. Brazil, in truth, soldiering to victory here. Gabriel, the way it was. Neymar. James Cunha, the after-round screw will be on Fox tonight. Another nightly wrap of today's World Cup action. Special guests Rebecca Lowe and Virgil van Dijk. That's on Fox midnight local. Scotland are going to bring on the young winger, Cindy Curtis, age 19, who's done work for Kilmarnock on loan this past season from Rangers. And he'll be back at Ibrox in the new season. Vinícius skips box one challenge. Starting to turn it on at times, Brazil, with their movement around the edge of that box has been a little too much for Scotland. Many times Scotland have foiled Brazil at the World Cup back in 74, a 0-0 draw in Frankfurt. And a very young Kenny Dalglish was playing. And he's not been well, and we wish him very, very well in his health battle. Still joint top scorer for Scotland in history, alongside the wondrous Kelly Saw. It's McGinn. Dug out across pretty well there. Lost and lost. He's trying to side. It's going to come on short to see if he can get that goal that might just change the arithmetic for Scotland. Morocco now 4-2 up in the beginning of 80s, so they've improved their goal difference a little, but they need another 3 to get in Brazil. Christie's had a yellow card and he just come on. Neymar with a free kick, chance of assist, isn't it? Wins and they'll put the wrong side. Neymar has it again. Bit of a flashback there. Well, deception. The umpire was going to flip it to the far post and stay after the shooting. Latest gun wasn't pulled by it. Together game, and we need 3 in the last 6 minutes against Paris Saint-Germain to turn the tie around. Neymar got the game by the scruff of the neck, and in the next 6 minutes they beat it with 3 goals. I think that'll happen here. They don't need it, do they? Showing the game, and just a little excerpt of what he can do when he's fully sharp and at his best. Which won't be yet. 6 minutes of additional time here. Analyses is still waiting to come on. Shackman is one of those to not quite. To get off the pitch, goes in 10 seconds from the time the ball goes up. And jumping into now know it's not quite finished yet, but they're on their way into the round of 32 as well. Ferguson. Not too tired. It's a very humid night here in Miami. Unsurprisingly, really, Tennis long throw. Gets it over his Vinícius. Thanks to Royston's very good intervention. Free kick, Brazil.
Well, we're shaping up for a fantastic round of 32 matchup. If the results in the Netherlands group hold, it could be a Morocco-Netherlands round of 32 match. Tasty one there.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of tasty games up in, because it goes to straight knockout of this group phase. Defense here, goalkeeper in play. Settled, is it? But you'd be a bit surprised if 3 points and a -3 goal difference would be good enough for Scotland. Fabinho. And one of the stories of this game, apart from the fate of Scotland, though, is Brazil are improving, I think, all the time now. Starting to find what you might call an ominous rhythm.
Real tiny and the best Brazil teams, yes, they're talented players, but they just look like a real team, a real committed group. And this group is starting to look like that. You have to put that down to Cunha. He's a master at that, and they look the part right now.
Yeah, I think he's really good at getting the mentality right for his teams.
You couple that with great players, which they have, and that's a very dangerous combination for the team to do.
Really true to his assistant Paul Clement. He's worked with Carlo Ancelotti before. And again, a golf with him once in fashion. Not surprisingly, most people do. Taken quickly, Ferguson to play it down, touch of crowd a little bit. And he's worked very hard in that midfield, he really has, I think. Lewis Ferguson today. Will Scotland do a score now? Normally it's a well, just a consolation. It isn't. Not in this situation, the way this World Cup is constructed. One goal could be a crucial thing for their goal difference. Wasn't Atlas Wilson was practicing and they didn't quite get there. Corner kick. Bringing Cunha as he did the key defending. You still might be belting out that song. Yes, sir, I can do the Scottish fans when they've got over the disappointment. You trying to do that, but it's again really that Brazil coasted towards the punts that are going to take them top of this group, and that's particularly.
The ball comes on again. See as it comes in. The three headers. It just tries to cushion it down across the ball. It's a head on goal there.
Kenny the flag.
Ferguson advances quickly in Italy, but along here is the captain.
Wonder what Steve Cunha said to his guys in that break. Whatever the message was, I think we need to get a pretty improvement there. Tomorrow on Fox, the US going great guns so far, facing Turkey in their efforts to win all three group stage matches. Coverage 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time on Fox. Pretty soon, in the knockout stages, the first on the round of 42. It's injury again. We've been very, very relieved that VAR for Cunha's favour. Whatever he felt about VAR before, he loves it now. He's McTominay. Goes down, Carlos at the referee. He's shot the goal. Robson to his outside, looking to the left hand of the ball. And the corner to stop moving with just the signs of a post in this match.
Much better. They got McTominay on the ball facing forward. He creates a little space. Let's see how the pass is done again. He slides in Robertson down the right side here. Initially appealed for a human ball and then smiled and really wasn't. But much better from Scotland now. And I saw this on the last corner now. A couple of players in front of Robertson. Right on top of him. Shelburne and one other. I'm actually surprised they didn't put it right on top of the goalkeeper. Maybe they will this time. Now they've got 4 pounds in there. What a compliment is pass off the goalkeeper because that will be good fun.
Crowd being dangerous, 50 degrees in the front post. Coming again. Patterson, and the final way through. Scoring the police, trying to get Brazil 1 or 2 more uncomfortable moments. And that's the one quickly gets the ball away. Ferguson for a long one out of it.
See a little net behind the leg here from McIntyre. Get the ball in. Like he said, whatever Steve Crux said during the break. Certainly lit a fire. This has been much better now from Scotland.
Here's where they could cause a bit more discomfort for their Brazilian defence on these set pieces. Vinícius will win the first header and they get the free kick as well, so it comes to nothing. Anderson can be a little more aggressive. You put right on top of the house, and there's a lot of big bodies in there. And just make it a little too easy for Brazil to defend those corners. Wilson on the header. McTominay. Midfield. With power, Angel, the new steps in the corners. Not Nathan Patterson. Really got down both into the game here, but here he is. He's done well this time. I'm really enjoying it. Now, Champions League winner and player and manager. In all 5 of Europe's top leagues, that's achievement.
Such a bad foul by Lewis Ferguson there. You got Vinny Jr. running back towards his own goal. Pressure on him. You foul him, and now you relieve all the pressure from Brazil. They've been under it for the last few minutes.
Just remembering the big picture, even a 1-0 defeat, which is where we are at the moment, might just be enough for Scotland to sneak a position as one of the 8 best third-place teams. Cunha with a lovely spin behind. And the right he is defending the goal goal, but the left hand he's got him a big jumper goal. Wings convicts the shooter to come again. But a number of them, the only one in the game, only going for the attacking side.
Captain Bill. Sometimes in the referees will do is instead of giving a foul, which I think he could have given.
Could it be with Brazil, maybe one of those teams who start the tournament slowly and then build momentum and hopefully have a crescendo in the final itself? Remember, they have won the World Cup 5 times winners, but not since 2002. None of the last 5.
They've had to deal with adversity already. Rodrigo couldn't make the tournament. And then Rafinha getting injured in the first match. They do have a lot of great options. He's chosen right out on that side tonight, but cannot give them goals. If you're going to give them goals, they're a very good, experienced team, especially defensively. It's going to be very hard to beat if you're giving away chances like that.
He hasn't played for Brazil for nearly 3 years. Half injuries kept him out of this tournament so far. Just for the first time, the Scotland fans a little stunned. We heard the swirl of the bank lights all around Boston. The people of Boston fell in love with the Scots, and even talk about cities being proud, Glasgow and Boston. Maybe even the Patriots going to play in Scotland. Who knows? Lovely to see that. Certainly the people of that fair city will be rooting for Scotland here, but they've got a lot on their plate. Casemiro. That's the play. And Neo. Casemiro again. Vinícius Júnior, by the way, the first Brazilian player to score in all 3 group stage games since both Rivaldo and Ronaldo did it. And Brazil won the World Cup in 2002. Also Romario, who's another one, and Jairzinho, scored every game in the World Cup. 1970, including the final. How about that? Strengthened. The Scotland fans, I expect, are quite keen to see him back in the team. He doesn't mind the goal. 20 goals or so this past season for Hearts, and he's moving to Rangers. start the proceedings. And then we'll all the way back to Alisson. Lovely feature if you were with us before the game about the way he idolises Brazilian legendary goalkeeper Tafarel. 3 World Cups apiece now for those two. Later on the Fox networks, Group A concludes with Ruben and Mexico taking on Tokyo on Fox, and South Africa, who are out against South Korea. Fox Sport 1 is coming up next on Fox and Fox Sport 1. The clock is ticking all the time at this World Cup. There will be a few twists and turns along the way. But not here so far. Gilbert Santos in a left back position. Recall after 9 years away. There's always hope, isn't there? Marquinhos. Brazil bossing possession. And with no pressure on them at all with the lead. Cunha fight. Lower bottom is so skinny there. Danilo deflects the long way. Here's Vinícius Cunha taking pass and he's set to the good well there. He did.
Excellent defending by Thompson. This is good patience from Brazil. And ultimately they find Cunha who can turn and face forward and start the attack. Crux gets deflected, comes over to Vinny Júnior. This is a really good job by Patterson to move his feet. Gives away the corner, but still a good result.
They need to go in there and remind everybody of the rules. And quite get that they know what the rules are. Don't do that with any other situation in the game. It'll be a very proper wrestler and we'll do in the first half. Gabriel, not second line. Scotland can counter here. Here is down Goat. McKean. Scott McTominay. Big star in Italy now for Napoli, won the title last season. Was excellent position there. And Brazil took his problems here as Vinícius Júnior again. The outside of the ring, he got those. That wasn't that close, truthfully. Hang on. Certainly wanting that at the knockout stages. It's a big miss, really.
Scotland need to get Scott McTominay involved. He had his first few touches there in a long time and turned the ball over. He's a big player for their name, and if they want any chance putting this Brazilian backline under pressure, he needs to get involved. He's got a lot of quality.
That fabulous overhead kick ball past Casper Schmeichel. Straight to his little side. We'll certainly remember the half-piece Denmark and a goal in the million, really, that was. Scotland might need something like that here. Gabriel. And Vinícius. It's a good ball here. Henry read all that well and gets it away.
Running by Bruno Guimaraes has been so good. He's running vertically through the Scottish back line. That time it opened up a massive hole for Vinícius to get forward. They're starting to figure out this Scottish defense now, and they're looking more and more dangerous every time they get in these spots.
And you get that, says Patterson to his goalkeeper Angus Scott, who plays for Scotland but hardly got a look in this season for Nottingham Forest. One substitute appearance in the Premier League all season. And he admits he was probably not the greatest move to go there.
Just gets his foot in front of Hendry's foot. You could argue possibly it's a foul. Not good on the field, and he's not getting this from there. 2 meters up.
What interesting thing right there was he tried to grab Vinícius round the waist and bring him down, but failed to do that. Had he done that, it would have been a red card for him, I think.
And they're going to try it now.
He's checking the goal. Just bringing Mark Cunha now, refereeing expert. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, if the defender goes to ground, then more simple, it's an easier get found. Because National Team is definitely practiced the Scottish defenders called Henry. And therefore, it is a foul, technically it's a foul. Because it's an extremely foul, I think this one got choked up.
Yeah, I agree. I used to do this all the time. Center backs, I did it when they were running towards their goal. Trying to get away with it. That was before the VAR days. So if you got away with it, you got away with it. But I tend to agree with Mark. I do think he's going to get a foul here and hold the ball at top.
Yeah, I think he just does catch his foot when you watch that carefully back again. And I think Scotland and Jack Henry are going to get off the hook here. It is really as a foul. Let's control the start. Let's watch this in slow motion now.
I'm not sure if it's more about, but still, once it leads directly to the goal, it's just
he's still questioning this. This break might come at the perfect time. That's what they needed, and I'm sure Steve Crux is telling his team, cut out a couple of passes throughout the back. You have time further up the field, it's fine. And do not give them chances to press us and ultimately score goals like that. Give ourselves a chance. You give yourself no chance when you're doing that. So I'm sure you have a few stern words in Brazil. They haven't created a whole ton in, but took advantage of one mistake and they've been solid otherwise. Scotland trying to away from the center. Andy Robertson just wanting a reminder about where they play with Júnior. Quite an odd place or time to stop the game this with an attacking situation like this long throw coming in for Scotland. And there is no one for a reason. Andy Robertson is leaving Liverpool and probably at the Tottenham Hotspur for the new season. After 9 great years at Anfield, and he's a much loved figure. Lewis Ferguson with a corner kick for Scotland. And fans at the other end of the stadium expect it. Towards the back post, and picking up free shot we got on the end. Now John McGinn. This is a big chance and not sure I heard it back down across the goal. Fantastic ball from John McGinn. See as it comes in. The free header just tries to push it down across the goal. It's a head on goal now. Any the time. Ferguson, Vinícius, football in Italy for a long year as a captain. I wonder what Steve Cunha as well as in that way. Whatever the message was, I think we need to get pretty improvement there. Tomorrow on Fox, the US going green out so far, facing Turkey in their efforts to win all 3 group stage matches. Coverage 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time on Fox. Soon, in the knockout stages, first on the round of 42. It's injury again. We've been very relieved that VAR came in his favour. Whatever he felt about VAR before, he loves it now. He's McTominay. Goes down, passes to the referee, he's shot the goal. Robinson to his outside, looking to the left hand of the ball. And the corner to Scotland who are just the signs of a pulse in this match.
여전히 우리의 가슴을 뛰게 하는 건 축구밖에 없으니까. 이제 그 마지막을 위해 가장 뜨겁게 타오를 시간. 라스트 플레이 FC 온라인.
상대를 잘 분석하고 파악해서 우리가 대비하고 오늘 경기에 나와서 처음부터 좀 주도적으로 경기를 이끌어만 간다면 충분히 오늘 경기에서 우리가 멋진 승리를 보여줄 거라고 기대가 큽니다.
네, 오늘의 승부 예측 모두 남아공전 승리를 예상했고요. 가장 대승을 예측한 사람은 이주원 해설위원, 그리고 박지성 위원과 감스트 씨가 모두 2대1 승리를 예상했습니다.
그렇죠. 확실히 상대가 상당히 공격적으로 나오는 만큼 상대 역시 찬스를 좀 만들 거라고 예상이 되는데 그 뒷기회를, 그 역습 기회를 우리가 많이 찾으면서 승리를 거둘 거라고 예상을 해봅니다.
네, 자 오늘도 팝콘과 승부처는 양쪽 측면 박지성 위원 예측을 했고요. 김환 위원은 들이대는 남아공이니까 오히려 이게 좋을 수도 있다라는 이야기인데요.
네, 남아공은 승리를 반드시 해야 되기 때문에 공격적으로 많은 선수들을 올릴 텐데 우리가 그러면 뒷공간 공략할 수 있고 우리가 그동안 킥으로 뒷공간을 많이 노렸기 때문에 좋은 장면들이 나올 수 있습니다.
그렇죠. 양쪽 사이드가 상당히 무리할 만큼 많이 높은 위치까지 올라오기 때문에 우리가 볼을 빼앗았을 때 그 양 넓은 공간으로 빠르게 파고들 수만 있다면 충분히 좋은 찬스를 만들 수가 있고 또 골까지 연결되는 기회가 많아질 거라는 생각이 듭니다.
네, 많은 축구 팬들의 마음을 박지성 위원이 좀 대변하고 있는데 우리나라가 이번에 좋은 출발했지만 2차전을 아쉽게 패하면서 또 한 번 경우의 수를 이야기하게 됐습니다. 하지만 네, 남아공의 가장 큰 약점이라면 우리에게는 행운인데요. 중원의 핵심 멤버 2명이 동시에 결정한다는 부분인데 우리 오늘 반드시 승점 3점을 가져가야 된다는 각오로 경기에 임하겠습니다. 자, 먼저 남아프리카 공화국의 국가 연주가 있겠습니다.
대한민국의 애국가 연주입니다.